Meeting the order. I ask that we start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I can ask for approval of this morning's agenda.
I make a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll second.
I have a motion, a second, any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Next, I can ask for consideration of approval of the minutes from December 15th, December 16th, and December 17th, 2021.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Next, I can ask for consideration of claims for payment.
Make a motion to approve the claims for payment for December 22nd, 2021.
I'll second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries. Gonna go ahead and skip ahead to change of status for property management prior to our 9:02 hearing. Morning.
I'll make a motion to approve the change of status for Jordan Street effective 12/31/21. It would be at $21.50.
I'll second it.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
It would be a full-time.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Next, I have the change of status in the sheriff's office, retirement of Deputy Dave Tweet.
Make a motion to approve the change of status for the retirement of Dave Tweet effective January 1st, 2022.
I will second that.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? I appreciate Dave's service, and I can tell you one thing, I was really appreciative of his service this last June, one day down by my place. He kept his calm and composure, and I think we made a difference in a few young men's lives that day, and I won't ever forget that day. So I appreciate everything he's done in law enforcement and public service. So all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. This time I'm going to go ahead and open the public hearing on the road vacation of 230th Street. Tim, you want to give a brief overview
Sure.
prior to public interaction?
You want to pull from that, Michael, just so anyone that isn't familiar with where the road is. It is 230th Street, directly west of Highway 65. One landowner controls both sides of the road for the entire mile. So they requested that we vacate it, and it was a pretty reasonable request, so we looked into it. We said, yeah, this won't affect, the road system at all. Nobody uses it for a through route other than the people that are there. So if they want to vacate it, we were okay with that. Yeah, any questions you got, we can try to entertain them now.
I think we better open the.
Yep, Mike, go ahead and open. Morning, Mitch.
Morning, how are you?
Good.
They can.
Unmute themselves.
I did have one call on it. They were concerned about it, driving back and forth on the road. I don't know if they called you guys as well, but
I haven't, if you wouldn't mind just passing our name and number along, I'd follow up.
they just use the road to keep off the main highways.
Yeah.
Nothing, Michael? Yes, sir.
Greg Ballhuber telephone.
Yes, sir.
We have existing fiber that runs through that entire mile. Just curious what happens to our right of way, what the plan is.
Yep, you maintain your easement for that.
Okay.
Yep,
So be basically no change.
correct.
Okay.
And Mitch, will you exchange contact information?
Absolutely.
Okay, thanks.
You bet.
Okay. All right. If there's nothing else, I can ask for a motion to close the public hearing.
So moved.
I'll second.
Any discussion?
The only request that we had was they requested that we maintain it for the end of the winter, and I said, that's understandable, because it's a little cold for them to be putting up gates right now.
Okay,
So
yeah.
that was the only request, and I was fine with it, so.
All right. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Next item I have for consideration is the resolution to vacate a county road.
Well, what day are we vacating that on? I guess that's gonna be the question if we're gonna maintain it.
In my opinion, you could vacate it and we'll just maintain it. I mean, we have other private, even city roads that we do just because it's convenient for us. So, I mean, maybe paying taxes on it. So, but if you want to wait and make it retroactive to April 1st, that's fine too.
I would prefer that because that was the other question they asked, if we vacate the road, are we done maintaining it as well? And
I thought March 1st is a reasonable date, kind of. So however you guys want to handle it, but that's kind of somewhere March, April type deal. We just thought, let's go ahead and take care of the paperwork now.
Right.
Everyone.
I'm just wondering,
which
I mean,
I'm fine with.
the
taking care
installation of
paperwork.
hardware and stuff like that, whatever, I mean, I went out and tried to fix my flagpole, and that's even a little tough digging in there right now, so.
So we just need to
Set a
add an
date,
effective date.
March 1st.
okay? So I'd consider a motion to accept it with the March 1st, 2022 date.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Any discussion? Hearing none. Jolene?
Lance,
Aye.
Renee,
Aye.
BJ,
Aye, motion carries.
Thank you.
Thanks.
guys. Appreciate it.
And I'll get that name and number.
Have a great.
Yep, that's all. Yep, you can exchange information, so thanks, Merry Christmas, gentlemen. Okay, yep. That's okay. Yep, exactly. Next item is just presented a draft for discussion on a ditch mowing ordinance. And with the ordinance, we would have a public hearing at a date to be determined later, but County Attorney Meyer, Lance, you guys have been working on this and presented it for review, so.
Yeah, so looking at this, one thing Taylor brought up is that permits need to be filed as well, so we need to incorporate that into it. Permit to mow.
Okay,
I don't know if Dave had an opportunity to look at this or not. We should probably give you an opportunity to look at it as well.
and Michael, can you make sure you put a copy of the draft on the website too, please? And a draft of the next proposed ordinance as well. For public review. So. Daryl, do you have anything to add at this point?
No, I've already kind of figured out that the permit requirement would be under section 2, so I've already penciled that in. And so after you take a look at it, or if you hear from the public, let me know what tweaks and changes you'd like to see in there.
I think it covered most of the stuff. I just want to make sure Dave has his stuff covered as well.
Pretty much we kind of left you guys out of it.
Like the way you roll, Daryl. Okay. Anything else on that before we move to the livestock at large proposed draft ordinance?
Nope, I think we have that one covered.
Okay,
On the livestock at large. I see Daryl highlighted some words in here that would make it more enforceable if we got rid of those words.
I think so, be a lot less gray, it'd be more black and white. This was actually, other than it saying Hardin County, it was Floyd County's ordinance, so I just changed Floyd to Hardin and presented that and saw a couple things that I suggest we change, take out the language about owner allowing. That just kind of muddies things up a little bit.
And again, I'd like Dave to look at this one as well.
I have reviewed that.
Okay. And your opinion, would it make your job a lot easier if we have this?
It's long overdue.
That's all I have.
Renee?
Nothing.
Okay. Angela, you're up.
Yeah, so BJ asked me just to give you guys a quick update, and as always, there's not a ton I can share, but the stuff I can share, I will. So as far as our strategic planning, we had a meeting, or I had a meeting with you and I 2 weeks ago, just to check in, touch base, since it's been a little bit since we went through that plan of them. We're right on track with that. We're a little behind on a couple of the modules, however, COVID happened, and so I really couldn't be out there with businesses and setting up programs with them, so that was to be expected. We just resubmitted our brownfields grant for 2022-2023. No changes in that one really. The only thing we did was we added a couple additional sites, both in Iowa Falls and Eldora. And again, with that one, you cite the sites, but you don't necessarily have to fund those sites. You just cite the sites to create a need and precedence in your county, so that way the reviewers can see that you do have places where you can use the funds, and we definitely are not lacking that. That would be one that we would use the funds for a housing study, probably a labor shed, all those sorts of things to be covered under that grant. Our talent attraction campaign in coordination with the Iowa Growth Partnership is on track to kick off in February of 2022. So here in the next couple months, we just had a creative meeting with the team yesterday. The slogan for that is "Live the good life, live here." So Hardin County, Cassuth, whatever. So we'll each have kind of our own little piece of that tagline. Working with Region 6 in Ackley to do a downtown revitalization CDBG block grant. Right now, it's very much just in the feasibility stage. Can it happen? Can it not happen? We're working with a different business on a different sort of facade grant just to get them moved along, get them taken care of as quickly as possible. We've also had 2 loans given out through the Ackley revolving loan fund within the past 2 months. So getting those businesses the funds they need to expand and kind of just keep on keeping on. And I've also been in contact with 2 companies, both looking to relocate somewhere. One wants to relocate out of the Minneapolis area, so I pitched them a couple ready sites here in the county. Those are very, very, very early conversations, so they're not anything to be excited about yet. I'll be excited. I'm still talking to them in 6 months. And then the other company would possibly go in conjunction with Project Tom. And then other than that, it's grant season. I've probably reviewed / written north of 35 grants in the past couple weeks. So again, if people need help, want help, I just ask for a 6 to 8 week lead time on that, so we can do the R&D and make sure we have all of our ducks in a row for that.
And then I heard you're working with the New Providence Fire Department as well.
Yeah, working with them. Actually, Slade and I just talked last night. Just working through some of their issues on not having a 501c3 and not having their DUNS number. So, and they're realistically a year
Right.
out. So we can kind of mitigate some of those issues now and then go towards funding. But no, I think we'll be able to work through something there.
Okay.
Questions, comments, concerns?
Right now.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Other business, Lance.
Thomas said something.
Oh, Thomas.
I just want to update that there's been some discussion throughout the county about the disaster we had last Wednesday night. And we did not meet a threshold on the amount of damage to homes. So we're not going to get a disaster declaration under individual assistance, nor are we going to get it under public assistance. But the $5,000 in Iowa's individual assistance program for those that are at 200% of poverty level or below is open. And I've emailed that application out to everybody, including the media, and they can call my office if they have questions.
Is
also.
Micah administering it?
Yeah, well, I just looked at the site this morning. Mike is administrating, and it looked like there's an office in Iowa Falls for them to drop the
Yeah,
application.
Micah has their office.
Okay.
Yeah, they're, okay.
So, yeah, they
Okay.
administrate it.
But if they need to know where to go. that's fine.
Yep.
Okay. Renee, anything?
Nothing.
I do have one. So on these 2 ordinances, is it okay to put them on for next week to review or set time and date?
Sure.
Okay.
Work with Jolene on setting that. so.
Gives us a week if we have any more changes
Right.
after we have corrections. Obviously, it'll be pushed back again, but
Okay, I don't have anything. I can ask for adjournment.
so move.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Thank you. Merry Christmas.